Hello as usual, everyone. Welcome to the Loud House Critic Reviews. He's one guy with 1,000 views and episodes that he must review. And as always, I'm Vampire Fan 1992. For today's Loud House Critic episode review, the episode that will be reviewed on the show will be Dull Day Afternoon, the 13th episode of season 7 of The Loud House, the 5th episode in the Loud House road trip story arc, and even overall the 308th episode of The Loud House as well too. Damn, 300 episodes? That's a new record, I think. Anyway, I know that there are many Loud House fans who don't like this episode due to the ending, but as for me, I never thought that there would be a well-done Loud House episode to focus on Mr. Coconuts and even how much he means to Luann as well too. Never thought that I would see this episode happening until last year, of course. Now, I know what you're all probably thinking right now. Where is the Loud House Critic and why is Vampire Fan 1992 just here instead? Well, let's just say that he is at a different location with friends and family at this point. But don't worry, he'll be back here sooner or later. Though the good news is, I've got someone here to join me on reviewing Dull Day Afternoon today. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for that girl Shay.
Hey, sup Loud House Critic fans. If you don't know me by now, then screw you. I'm so thankful to be back here for another great review today. Well, y'all already know me, or at least you should. Here we go.
Thanks for joining me here today, that girl Shay. How are you feeling right now? And now, onward with the road trip, and let the reviewing begin with me and that girl Shay.
Listen up, I'm gonna tell you about some things you need to know. For your own protection, you have some direction.
There, I just finished my article on the raddest restaurants of Route 66.
Not gonna lie, but I have actually never been to see Route 66 before in my life, unfortunately.
Don't worry, you're not the only one who didn't go. I didn't go as well. Well, at least I never heard of it.
However, I do know one movie that actually made Route 66 a famous destination for tourists after this movie came out in movie theaters. Pixar's Cars.
Fun title, huh, kids?
Oh, I feel bad for them because they kind of look so exhausted. It would be me if I eat too much pizza.
Maybe eating at 10 diners in a row was a little bit ambitious.
You think? Yeah. You think?
Forcing your kids to eat at 10 restaurants in a row just so you can write a book? Wow. Not selfish at all. Definitely the mother of the year.
Eating at 10 diners in a row? What in the world were you thinking, Rita? You, your husband, and your children all would have been really sick or worse for doing something like that in real life. Well, maybe except for Lynn Jr., of course.
I mean, I could go for more.
Oh, not me. I'm so stuffed I could be a Thanksgiving turkey.
Not ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous.
God damn!
Holy shit, Luann. That's one big burp that would definitely make Lynn Jr. or Lana really proud for sure, since Lynn Jr. and Lana both really love to be gassy that much, I think.
Survey says...
Sorry, it's the anchovies. They don't agree with me.
Fuck this shit. I'm going to the front of the tray where the fumes from another penguin's ass won't burn off my eyebrows. Assholes smell like 8 cans of orca shit.
Oh, Luann. It wasn't me. It was Mr. Coconuts.
Not the excuses. Please stop.
Yeah, and Lucy wants to dye her hair pink. Come on, Luann. Really, sis?
Mr. Coconuts? How does an inanimate object like him know how to eat, talk, sleep, or walk by its own in the first place? However, there were a few times in the show where he managed to come alive on his own, like something out of Chucky or Goosebumps, such as with Stage Plight, A Pimple Plan, and even with Feast or Family.
You know I can't resist the all-you-can-eat coleslaw bar.
Hey! There'll be none of that around here.
Where's Mr. Coconuts?
You're a monster.
Relax, goddammit!
Where's the last place you remember having him? At the last diner. I ordered a wood-fired pizza, and I'll never forget the look he gave me.
Did it look something like this?
God damn, is that freaky!
We have to turn back.
Oh, geez, sweetie, that diner's 50 miles in the other direction.
50 miles in the other direction? How long did Luann not notice that she didn't have Mr. Coconuts with her until now?
I don't know, but I think my guess is 1 hour.
Dad, he's a member of the family.
Oh my god, be for real. Mr. Coconuts is literally a puppet. And how is he in the Loud family member exactly?
Don't care.
Mr. Coconuts being a member of the Loud family? Wow.
No, he's not. And you got me messed up if you think I'm gonna claim a puppet as one of my family members. And I'm sure Lola agrees. Right, Lola?
Hot Mess Express!
Never thought I would hear Luann say that about him until now.
No Loud left behind!
Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous.
But why? Mr. Coconuts is a puppet, and what is wrong with you?
Really? No Loud left behind? That's funnier than all of yours and Luann's stupid jokes. Remember Lily in Tripped?
Oh yeah, I remember that episode. I don't know why Lily appears to be on the top of the car before.
Come on, man. Be for real.
I hate to say this, Luann, but by the time you and your family go back to that diner where you last had Mr. Coconuts, it might already be too late for you to get him back at this point, unfortunately. That's why you should always be more careful of not leaving anything or anyone behind before it's too late.
Everybody freeze!
This is the police speaking.
Has anyone seen a short man with a wooden body and even more wooden punchlines?
No! No.
Sorry, Luann, but I think that you should have described Mr. Coconuts much more clearly to the people at this diner if you want to find him before it's too late.
Looks like we'll just have to tear this place apart!
Girl, you are not the police.
Kid, you know she means that figuratively, right?
All clear here. Oops. Excuse me, sir. Have you seen Mr. Coconuts?
Did Lenny just said that girl a sir? Oh my gosh. This is one of the most funniest thing, and I will not understand about this.
God damn, Jimmy!
Really, Lenny? How did you confuse your own oldest sister as someone else? I know that you may be absent-minded at times, but I also know that there's more to your head than just air.
No puppet meat in these burgers!
Really, Lynn? That's not nice to the people who just bought their own food. Because if you just eat their food, they just have to rebuy the food again. Or they might just have a free one since that person ate that food without permission. Oh, and one last thing. Nobody does not want your salva.
Puppet meat? Wouldn't that just cause splinters for anyone who tries to eat something made out of wood? And don't get any ideas right here.
Eureka! A security camera! Ma'am, we have to see today's security tapes. It's an emergency.
Can't you say anything helpful?
Sweetie, do you not know the meaning of emergency? An emergency would be somebody stole your wallet or your phone or something. But a puppet? Child, quit wasting them people time.
I know, right? When somebody steals your belongings like money, credit card, or something important for you, that's what an emergency means.
It's people out there with real emergencies, like theft and murders. Take those little games back to the playground.
There he is! I didn't lose Mr. Coconuts. He was puppet napped.
Oh my god.
I like the idea of puppet napped. However, like that girl Shay said, it's not an emergency.
All right, let me reword what I just said. Theft is an emergency when something important is taken. Something with value, not some cheap wooden annoying puppet.
We all might know that Mr. Coconuts has been puppet napped, as Luann calls it. But the questions are, who took Mr. Coconuts, how he took him, what he wants with him, and why?
Dust is a must. Aha! It appears that bumper sticker refers to the slogan for Dusty Springs.
According to the Life Force Scanalyzer, these rampaging creatures are from Dimension X.
A small town just southwest from here.
So, if we find the town, we'll find Mr. Coconuts.
So what are we waiting for?
This is gonna be our whole day, isn't it?
Oh, duh. No shit, Sherlock.
Huh! I told y'all Lola would agree with me. Lola, I'm with you, sis. Mr. Coconuts is not part of the family. Since when are humans related to wood? Since when do we have wood in our blood? Ha! Child, please.
This is certainly off the beaten path.
It's time to spring into action and save Mr. C!
Never mind.
Guess that Luann didn't do her usual jokes and puns along with her signature line, "Get it?" with Mr. Coconuts being in danger at this point by a mysterious puppet napper.
till the neighbors call the cops. I know the pain at the expense of my liver.
If I mistreat you, girl, you sure don't mean no harm.
Okay, here's the plan. We're gonna knock on every dusty door and look under every dusty rock.
High and low, tree and brook, far and wide, every cranny and nook. 'Cause you never know what you find until you never know what you find. Until you never know what you find until you look.
We are not leaving until we find him. Here, these posters from our recent gig at the Chuckle Condo will help the locals identify him.
You know, when Luann says, no one's going anywhere until we find Mr. Coconuts, that reminds me of that SpongeBob episode when SpongeBob was hiding from Sandy, and Sandy's like, no one's going anywhere until we find SpongeBob, and she didn't care who was hurt or anything like that. And that lady was like, think about the children, but Sandy didn't care about the children. She only cared about finding SpongeBob. That's kind of like what Luann is doing here. She doesn't care what's happening to the family or anything. She just wants to find Mr. Coconuts, and she's not going to give up.
Now, let's get to work.
Watch out, Loud Family. Looks like someone knows that you're all here for Mr. Coconuts.
Come on, come on.
No, I'm sorry. I haven't seen Happy. Have you, my dear?
Yeah, he looks familiar. His aura is near, but I sense distress.
So, where is Mr. Coconuts and his aura then, if the hippie knows where he is in distress?
What are we gonna do?
Woo! Dang it! I must have forgotten the emergency brake!
Let's get him!
Master of disguise, and you may never recognize the master of disguise. And you may never recognize the master of disguise.
That was close.
Surprised that Lynn Jr. and her family all didn't scrape off their skin from their bodies really badly from trying to stop their RV from going off a cliff.
Some of them are wearing long sleeves, so that should be the reason why not all of us are not getting scratched from it.
I know that it's just cartoon physics, but still, that would hurt like hell for anyone. Even I had some really bad scrapes in my life too myself.
Me too. I am that same person too.
True story right there.
Stay away. Come on, guys. The RV totes need some alone time.
Survey says...
Like a rather blustery day, too.
Oh, it broke my ass!
Really, Lenny? And RV needing alone time with a message like stay away?
The RV isn't even alive, girl.
How do you not know that it's basically just a typical warning from nearly every single villain or kidnapper? Again, I know that you may be absent-minded most of the time, but however, there is more to your head than just air.
We must be close.
Close indeed.
Don't worry, Mr. Coconuts! We're coming to save you!
I don't think that he did hear you.
Yeah, Luann, you definitely better be glad that your family is a lot nicer than me. 'Cause ain't no way I'd be out there wasting my whole day looking for a wooden puppet. I'm just being for real, sis. You got a good family, girl. Take care of them.
And then the chase for Mr. Coconuts goes on. Well, looks like that Lola was actually right about one thing after all.
He's heading towards that barn.
How about a song, Dad? A game? A game, yeah. Yeah, a game, okay. A man or a woman?
We've got him cornered. Come on, you guys.
On a creep scale of 1 to 10, I'd call this a 9. Correction, 900.
A creepy barn with a dark and desolate interior filled with creepy dolls and puppets, and even with menacing tools, is always a huge warning for something scary about to happen with an evil and deranged psychopath inside the location.
Banjo solo. Never a good sign, dudes.
Wait a minute. How did you know that a banjo solo is never a good sign for anything about to happen, Luna?
Stay away! Leave! Get out!
Why am I getting the feeling that these 4 puppet heads look like something straight out of the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise?
Don't you scare me! Don't jump scare me! Don't jump scare me! This is your last chance!
It's him! Nice try, Puppet Napper, but it'll take more than a few marionettes to scare us away. Speak for yourself, Luann!
Tangled up now!
You were saying?
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry, large family. This isn't personal. Nobody cares.
Nothing personal, Puppet Napper? I bet that someone in the Loud family might think otherwise.
Yes, it is. Nobody ties up my family in a dusty barn.
Great to see that Rita still has her mama bear instinct, like how it was presented back in the season 5 Loud House episode, Camped.
Good thing Lily's teething. Go to work, sweetie.
Seriously, bruh? A toddler can chew through your rope and break it? What's it made of? Twizzlers? Come on, bruh.
Yeah, like for real. I don't even know why.
If you're gonna be a criminal, at least be a smart one. Jeez.
Lynn, give me the keys to the RV.
Huh! You won't get away that easily!
Mom, there's his car!
Hey! Say hello to my little friend! Woo! I got you now!
Everybody supersonic racing. Try to keep your feet right on the ground. When you're supersonic racing, there's no time to look around. We're just supersonic racing, running to the point on the
Visual.
Oh, he's too far away. We'll never catch up now.
Na 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 na. Right. Sorry.
Look, I know this whole game is falling apart around us, but that's no excuse to give up. I mean, I'm not giving up. Yet. Anyway.
Inaccurate. We still have one more trick up our proverbial sleeves. Activate rocket mode.
Also great to see that the rocket mode for Camperzilla back from Bizarratorium is still in great use here now in dull day afternoon.
Wait! Go back!
Shiny like a treasure from a sunken pirate wreck. Scrub the deck and make it look shiny.
You'll never catch me!
With these dusty springs from Dusty Springs causing the mysterious puppet napper to be caught by the Loud family, with Luann even getting Mr. Coconut's back now, I guess we can all now find out who this mysterious puppet napper is.
It's over, Puppet Napper!
Stop calling me that! I could never puppet nap him because I'm his father, Calvin Coconut.
You're a monster!
Holy shit.
I had a nightmare about this once.
I bet I really figure out what the nightmare is, but who cares?
The only nightmare would be if Mr. Coconuts does not go with his dad. Seriously, it's time for Luann to get rid of this old thing by now.
I know, right? And besides, I don't even know where she got it from, but if there's a backstory, then I would understand why she got it.
Calvin Coconuts is not only revealed to be the mysterious puppet napper, but is also the father and even the founder of Mr. Coconuts as well too. Well, this changes everything right here.
I don't understand.
Years ago, I, a renowned puppet maker, created Calvin Jr. to look like the most handsome man I know. Me.
Oh! Man, talk about being egotistical. Just like with Rusty, Chandler, Carl, and Sergio. 4 egotistical Loud House characters that I really can't stand most of the time.
I mean, it's like if Homer Simpson, Garfield, Snoopy, and Al Bundy all procrastinated to the last minute and finally came up with these lyrics.
Soon, we were touring the country as a father puppet banjo act. It was the perfect life, until fate brought us to Royal Woods.
Brother, go home.
Mr. Coconuts, come back!
Oh, so that's how Luann got Mr. Coconuts in the first place. Quite interesting, if I must say. Though I am actually quite surprised that it actually took Calvin about 5 to 10 years for him to get Mr. Coconuts back until now.
Okay, I also understand about the backstory as well, but I have to agree with that girl Shay.
I never thought I'd see my boy again. Until earlier today.
Oh, too much milkshake. BRB, Mr. C.
When I saw him, something came over me, and I just couldn't bear to lose him again. So I did what I had to do.
And that's even how Calvin Coconuts got Mr. Coconuts back at the last diner from Route 66 the Loud family were at in the first place as well too.
So all of this means Mr. Coconuts was never really mine.
It was almost love. It was almost always.
Nothing lasts forever for everyone, unfortunately.
Calvin, I think Mr. Coconut should stay with you.
Luann, are you sure?
Yes, I have to do the right thing. This is for the best.
The time has come for us to say goodbye.
Before I go, here's his favorite whoopee cushion. And his toothbrush. And actually, I have his travel suitcase right here.
Sorry, it's the anchovies. They don't agree with me.
Oh, here's looking at you, Toots.
Wow, that is definitely some grade A voice acting from Christina Puccelli herself. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing her last name, but I actually don't know how to pronounce it, unfortunately. Anyway, I never knew who she was until I heard her voice from The Loud House, but man, is she really talented. Especially with Dull Day Afternoon here, and even with Shea Fontana's version of DC Superhero Girls to an extent as well too. Back at Camperzilla with the Loud family back inside now.
I am so proud of you, Luann. I know that wasn't easy.
Thanks, Mom. I can't believe I'll never see Mr. Coconuts again.
Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. 'Cause now it's time to go. But hey, I say, well, that's okay. 'Cause we'll see you very soon, I know. Very soon, I know.
I'm gonna miss his jokes, his smile, his pine fresh scent.
Hey, what about my boyish charm?
We have to start locking the RV.
You think? Maybe if you and Lynn Sr. will actually take your keys out of your vehicles, put them in park, and lock your doors, and be responsible adults instead of playing Marco Polo and all these other sex games all the time, making all these babies.
Looking like y'all are in preschoolers, doesn't know what the ABCs are or the numbers.
Then we wouldn't be in this mess. Y'all always get your family in some kind of crazy, adventurous mess when all you have to do is be responsible adults, which apparently y'all can't do. You can't wear a condom or use birth control or anything like that. Just irresponsible.
You left this poster behind, and it looks like you two have a good thing going. I think Calvin Jr. should stay with you.
Then I guess we're gonna have lots of years with him.
But darling, stay with me.
I'm retired and my performing days are behind me, but you two are just getting started. I trust you'll help my boy share his talents with the world.
Like my godmother always tells me that it's not over yet. I'm still starting the journey.
Or at least Greater Michigan.
Don't just sit there moping. Girl, the door is open. Any shape, any style. I can find the
Oh, thank you, Mr. Coconut Sr. You can come visit Mr. C anytime.
Might be disappointed that Mr. Coconuts is actually staying with Luann after all near the end of this episode, but believe it or not, I'm actually happy and surprised at the same time on how much does Mr. Coconuts mean to Luann as a best friend. I'll explain later.
Now, what do you think, Junior? One song for old time's sake?
You read my mind, Papa.
This is gonna be our whole night, isn't it?
For my thoughts on Dull Day Afternoon, this just has to be my number one favorite Loud House episode from the road trip story arc next to Scream Queen if I'll be honest here. Although Mr. Coconuts is usually not my favorite Loud House character, to be honest here, this was surprisingly a well-done Loud House episode that shows how much he means to Luann, with the origins of Mr. Coconuts being explained in this episode as well too. Even Luann's voice actress, I'm still sorry that I can't say her name right, since I can't pronounce her last name correctly. But anyway, she actually did a pretty fantastic job on voicing Luann in certain scenes in this episode, most notably when she had to say goodbye to Mr. Coconuts near the end of Dull Day Afternoon. And in a way, I can see why the ending of Dull Day Afternoon might have been a letdown to most or some Loud House fans out there on the internet, since sooner or later, Luann has to move on without Mr. Coconuts when she gets older, as he always can't be there for her in her lifetime, and even that Luann has to make her own decisions later on in her life when he's not there for her anymore, as part of growing up and even part of her character development as well too, like in the ending of Toy Story 3, for example. But anyway, especially since if Luann keeps using Mr. Coconuts throughout the rest of her life, then she might end up being as a schizophrenic. I'm still sorry if I can't say this word right or correctly, but if she ends up like Lenny and Tanya the mannequin, especially with how much Luann uses Mr. Coconuts throughout her life. Plus, the humor can be quite mixed at times, and even that Lola can come off as heartless in this episode at times too, like she doesn't care about her family and their happiness. I get it, none of us like Mr. Coconuts as much as you do, Lola, but can you at least show some sympathy for your family instead of thinking about yourself most of the time? Though, nevertheless, this was still a really well done Loud House episode on how important Mr. Coconuts is to Luann, where he came from, and even with some well done voice acting from Luann's voice actress as well too. Yes, I can agree with most people out there that the ending was a huge letdown. Although the ending of Dull Day Afternoon might be a huge letdown to most people, and I don't even want to start a fight with anyone here, I was actually still surprised on how a Loud House episode focused on Mr. Coconuts like Dull Day Afternoon can turn out pretty well done in the end, as that definitely surprised me right there, but in a good way mostly. Once again, this is Vampire Fan 1992 like usual, and enjoy the rest of the Loud House road trip story arc from the Loud House Critic show, everyone. And before I go, here is That Girl Shay on her opinions with Dull Day Afternoon. Take it away, please.
Considering everything I said throughout this review, it should be no surprise that I gave this episode a low score. This was a complete waste of an episode. Either the writers couldn't think of any good ideas, or they were just lazy. Probably a little bit of both. But this was a complete waste of a plot. A whole episode based on a family trying to get Mr. Coconuts back, and a disappointing ending where Mr. Coconut stays. Luann is 15 now. It's about time for her to let this Mr. Coconuts thing go. And I love Luann. She's my fave. But I just find her attachment to Mr. Coconuts weird, as it was proven in An Inspector Falls Luann can thrive on her own without Mr. Coconuts. She's actually better without him. I think the show just needs to move on without Mr. Coconuts and replace him with an actual human friend for Luann. He can even be replaced by Benny. I love them as a couple. But like I said, this whole episode was a waste. I love Luann Center episodes and episodes that center around the whole family. But this just isn't it. Episodes like A Pimple Plan did it much better. While this episode was the waste, one good thing about it was how the whole family sacrificed their day for Luann. I know most of them don't care for Mr. Coconuts, especially Lola and probably Luna. But they still gave it their all to find him because they love Luann. Love conquers all. It was also sweet how Luann was willing to lose Mr. Coconuts to do the right thing. She was devastated, but she was strong enough to say goodbye to Mr. Coconuts for him and his dad. I really enjoy this sweet soft side of Luann. I love when the show shows that she is more than just a jokester and an April Fool's mad woman. She actually does have a kind heart and cares for others. It was also satisfying the way Rita drove the RV to catch up with the van. I love when Rita has these moments. She's definitely not the best mom, but when she's determined to do something for her family, no one can stop her. She turns into this mama bear, like she did in Trip when she flew the plane to catch Vanzilla. Rita's mama bear mode, the whole family giving up their day out of love for Luann, and Luann's selflessness to give up Mr. Coconuts were the highlights of the episode. But unfortunately, these moments were not enough to save the episode. It definitely isn't the worst episode, but it was just such a waste and very forgettable. They could have made another Luann and Lucy bonding episode, which we haven't seen since Head Poet's Anxiety 6 years ago. It also could have been a Luann and Benny, or another Luann and sibling bonding episode, even a Luann and Rita, or a Luann and Lynn Sr. episode. But they decided to do this.
Okay, my actual opinions about Doll Day Afternoon is
No more evil doing for you, little Akuma. Time to de-evilize! Gotcha! Bye-bye, little butterfly. Miraculous ladybug!
I kind of agree with that girl Shay's opinion about the episode. It is a waste of episode, but I kind of like it, to be honest.
Well, that's it, guys. Peace out, Loud House Critic, Vampire Fan 1992, and Loud House Critic fans. Alright, I'ma head out.
See you all again soon. Bye.